Welcome back to Sports Just right here on the Kaftan TV studios. Yes, some results from the weekend's game. Of course, that's the Women's World Cup, yes. The French women defeated Brazil 2-1, while Panama lost to Jamaican women 0-1, while in Group G, Swedish women defeated the Italian women 5-0. And that's coming to me as a big shock. Well, in Group F, in Group A, I beg your pardon, the Norwegian women defeated Philippine women 6-0, while the Switzerland women played out a goalless draw against the New Zealand women, while in Group H, the South Korean women lost 0-1 to the Moroccan women, a very big one for the Moroccan team, while the German women lost 1-2 to the Colombian women. And of course, today, the Canadian women are currently losing 0-3 to Australian women, while Ireland and Nigeria are playing a goalless draw. While in Group C, the Costa Rican women lost 1-3 to the Zambian women, while Japan defeated the Spanish women 4-0. Yes, I have two amazing gentlemen with me on the show today. On my right, I have the one and only Terry. Good afternoon and welcome to Sports Just.
It's good to be here.
Well, it's good to have you back. I also have a newbie with me. He's none other than Kosi. Kosi, good afternoon and welcome to Sports Just.
Good afternoon. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. Yes, the game between Nigeria and Ireland is currently ongoing and it is goalless. Any thoughts on that, guys? Okay, let's start with you, Terry.
Yeah, what did I say? Well, I was expecting Nigeria to win, although initially I actually predicted this match to be very tough for the Super Falcons because I believe that, after their last victory, they will lower their guards down. I'm believing that this is going to be like a very weak game for them. So I believe that I actually predicted that this game was going to be very difficult for them. I'm actually seeing it playing out. But as a Nigerian, I actually hope that at the end of the day we'll end up winning. Because I don't want a situation whereby we'll start doing calculation, bringing our calculation,
which we were doing earlier on before the show started.
Yeah, so I don't want to go through that process.
I just want Nigeria to win, top this group and
get if we top the group, if we end up scoring, even if it's just one goal, we'll top the group with 7 points. I will stand a very good chance of having a weaker team in the round of 16. Not, in football. The issue is that in football there's nothing like a weaker team, though, but there are some advantages. At least on paper, at least you can be able to say that, this team, at least you can be able to give them 5-0. Yeah. So those are the kind of things I'm looking out for. So I hope that they should be able to win the match.
Okay, so of course, owing to the fact that we, comfortably defeated what's the name? Australia, a co-host nation, 3.
Was it comfortably?
Oh, it was comfortable. They gave them, they cheated us in a way. Because everyone that watched that game, we knew they gave them more than 11 minutes extra time. And that was too much, in my opinion. I don't know for others.
If you've been following football research, you know that they usually add a lot of minutes in the extra time because of the delay tactics and so on and so forth.
Yeah, but I guess that's why they gave them an original 11 minutes.
Yeah, so
which they later extended.
Yeah, what happened?
So that they can get goals.
No, not because they didn't extend so that they will get goals. They extended because of some delays.
As a host nation, you should expect some ties to be in your favor as a host nation, given the brand of the Australian female national team. Their star player Samantha Kay, it's quite unfortunate the circumstances surrounding her tournament. She sustained an injury prior to the first game. We were expecting her to be back today, but she only could make the bench. So maybe towards the end of the game she might get maybe little minutes towards the end of the game. But that's being said,
they should not even risk her for the fact that they are already winning. Which means they have automatic ticket to the second round. They should not risk her.
At least it will help her match fitness and alertness, her presence in the game. You don't just throw her. You don't expect her to be coming back from an injury, and you threw her into the game from the start. They might just want to give her maybe 5 or 3 minutes just to see how she looks.
If I were the coach, though, I will not start her because I will not play her because you'll be risking her going back on injury.
Well,
so it's better for her to start a match when she's 100%
sure. We should be 100 if you don't play, if you don't actually play and get your confidence.
They give her all this is not like just risking her. You give her time, maybe 2 or 3 minutes towards the end of the game, to see her alertness. There's this thing called match sharpness.
Yeah, I understand.
Because if you throw her in from the start, maybe from the next game, you might not know what she can give. It's from the analysis from her game today. If she has the privilege or the opportunity to impress today, or maybe play a part at all, that's how they will know whether to start her on the next game or still leave her on the bench. So
I always believe that 5-10 minutes is not enough to judge anybody, though.
Depending on the type of player. Some players make impact in 5 minutes.
Yeah, I understand. But you can actually make impact in that 5 minutes, and the next match when they start to it to become a different ball game altogether. Although I witnessed something when I went.
Are we talking about Sam Kerr?
Yeah, we're talking about
Samantha Kerr is quite an exceptional.
Yeah, that's why I don't subscribe to the idea of bringing her in when you're already winning like 3-0. You know that you've already qualified for the second round already. With the kind of player she is, you know that you don't even need to play her when she's not fully fit. Just allow her to rest. When the next round of game starts, put this lady in.
I mean, I understand what she can be able to understand the angle you're coming from, but for Sam Kerr, I'm sure in her mind right now, she's like,
she wants to play.
Bring me in.
I know.
Bring me in.
But if I were the coach, I have the final decision. I know how valuable she is to the country. I know how valuable she is to the team. So I'll not play her today.
I was actually
because I've already gotten the result.
And his interview.
I'll keep her more hungry.
Yes.
The same thing.
I think the fact that they've gotten the result.
Yeah, there's no need for you to play her today.
For them to actually sit this one out and wait for the next game. And if they get a good draw, I mean,
talking about our Falcons. Talking about our Falcons, I expected it to be this way. Honestly,
the goalless draw.
Not the goalless draw. I was expecting it to be a very cagey affair, given that. Going into the tournament, I had my reservations about the coach, the handler of that team. From when he was appointed, I always had my reservations. When I don't find him tactically capable of taking the Falcons to the next level, given the talent in our repertoire, we have a lot of talent in that team. Talking about the likes of Michelle Alozie, Tony Payne, and her sister Ashley Plumpty, Oshoala, Uche Nakanu, Rashida Tajibadi that plays for Atletico Madrid. Those are the type of players that win you tournaments. You don't take those players with a mediocre coach and expect results.
Wait, let me understand. Are you saying Coach Randy Waldron is a mediocre coach?
Yes.
Do you agree with him, Terry?
Definitely. We've spoken so much about him on this
show you agree
several times. Okay, I never believed in him too.
And Waldron, he's a college coach. He's the coach of a college team.
That was even where I had issues. In the first place, why would you take a coach that is already employed for another person
and
to come and still be coaching Nigerian team? Because after any tournament, he will go back to the US. He will go back to his day job.
We are talking about
only one will have any qualifiers or any tournament.
We are talking about the Super Falcons here.
How do you expect this kind of coach to take Nigeria? But at the end of the day, it's the NFF.
Yeah, we are talking about the Super Falcons here. You don't give a job to a coach to take care of the Super Falcons and also have another job on the side. But given the tantrums that you are throwing prior to the tournament, because I was following them, they had this misunderstanding where they were saying they wanted to sack him. And along the line, he started throwing shades at them of how they were not quite well prepared for the tournament and all. And he was saying that the condition that he knows that Nigeria, that the NFF has a pedigree for owing coaches, that was the only condition he gave them for him to take the job was that he was going to keep his job in the US.
Okay.
That was the only condition for him to take the Nigerian.
And I'm sure there are a lot of coaches in.
There are a lot of coaches. Even in Nigeria.
Why are they giving this kind of preferential treatment?
We have a lot of.
I feel it's a white man privilege. It's a white man privilege, honestly.
It's mediocre.
We have a lot of better coaches. We have better coaches.
It's just a mediocre.
We have coaches that you can actually. You have coaches in Nigeria that you can actually give this team, this particular team, and they'll give you results. Prior to Randy Waldron's tenure as the coach of the national team, Super Falcons has been dominating.
Sure,
in Africa at least. When they enter the AFCON, you expect them to come back with the trophy. But given their performance in the last AFCON, it was nothing to write home about.
Okay.
See the team that knocked them out of the competition, Morocco. What is their performance in this particular World Cup? It's nothing to write home about.
They lost one game and won one game. They are not actually a team that you can be able to write.
Yeah,
they don't have the prestige. You don't have the prestige.
Yeah, don't also forget that teams in Africa, right? Teams have been trying to beef themselves. Teams have been improving. Where if you remember, if you studied Moroccan FA, they have intentionally tried everything possible to put football on a global map. Their Moroccan football on a global map. If you go on the street of in Morocco, if you go on the street, you see football pitch that the government the government provided football pitch on almost every street to encourage people. So the kind of result that the Moroccan team is bringing now is as a result of the kind of homework, the kind of groundwork that the Moroccan government have done. You cannot see that in Nigeria. So anything they do, I mentioned last week that I was actually disappointed that they lost their first game because with the kind of preparation, with the kind of support that they have from their government, I expected more from them. And I still believe that they will go far in this preparations
and support alone don't win you tournament. They don't win you games.
I understand.
Talents and capabilities win you games. If you look at, there is no team, I can say it anywhere, there is no team, no female team in Africa that is better than Nigeria. Check our stars.
I understand. But if you have, no matter
our stars play for the top teams.
If you have the Goalless,
give them a top handler. Give them a top handler, and you see the full potential.
I still believe that even if you give them the best coach in the world, without a good homework, without a good support from the NFF, they will still fumble.
Nigerian football has not been. The support has never been coming from the NFF.
Has not been. I know that
they've been dominating Africa.
Yeah, they've been to us. If you go back, if you want to go back now, you are going back to history, and that time they were playing because they wanted a name for themselves. If you check right now, most of all these players that play in Europe, they already have a name for themselves.
Okay.
So doesn't mean that they can't do better.
No, they can actually do. They do it because they are contesting with others.
For players like Mondi that just entered the national team, she just entered the national team. She has not. She's not established.
Yeah.
She's just trying to prove herself. But yes, she secured a move to Europe. But that still doesn't mean that where she is now is where she wants to be.
Okay.
She's striving to do better. Give this team a top handler and they will
give them a top handler.
It's very obvious that
the support is very important.
The game between Ireland and Nigeria is still ongoing and it is still 0-0. And of course, currently 85 minutes. We have 5 more minutes to top that particular group.
Damn. I just hope that let me not say what's on my mind, but let's just hope that Nigeria will just score. Nigeria will score and then
I feel whatever performance they are giving there is down to those players, not to the coach.
Yes, I want to agree with him on this one because
it's down to the players.
How what the controversies surrounding
it's down to the players. The players are just trying to prove themselves and show that they can do this. Because tactically,
it boils down to the Nigerian spirit. The Nigerian spirit.
They are just trying to,
regardless of situations.
The situation is never right. Everything that they did, see, kudos should be given to these ladies because not just these ladies, all Nigerian athletes, they don't usually have the support from the government. After they have made a name for themselves, that's where the government
recognizes you, and that's why they are saying praises of the likes of Israel Adesoya,
and
Anthony Joshua.
And these guys, they don't even need the support again.
Because I remember
the individuals that need the support, but you cannot give them the support. The ones that don't need the support, that is what
and I think that is why Morocco are where they are. I remember during the World Cup, the city of Rabat was on fire. That game between Portugal and Morocco, you could see the entire city. It was as though they stopped just to watch one particular game.
That's how it's supposed
to be. That is the kind of support and love they got, and that's one thing I don't think Nigeria actually.
So the major problem is our individuals. Individually, we love football so much,
and that's what drives us.
Yeah, that's what drives us. Most times when these Nigerian teams they play because of the millions of Nigerians that are supporting
and
them,
the
not
passion
because of
for the game.
Yeah,
but it's because of the Nigerian government.
Talking about Morocco, there was one thing I want to chip in about their coach.
Yeah.
Ragragui, the coach that took their male national team to the World Cup. There was this policy he brought about. They went to the World Cup. As they were going to the World Cup, he told each player to come along with one family member for emotional support.
Wow.
Each player went to the World Cup with one family member. It goes a long way to prove to you how they care about their player welfare.
That is why
in Nigeria here, we don't even give the players enough support for themselves, not to talk about additional support.
Now you are now agreeing with me what I was saying, that the support is very important, because if you even look at these guys, they've done their homework. Their coach, as you rightly mentioned, this guy went, that was like I think some few years, immediately he took over the job, he went to most of the top European coaches to go and learn. Yeah, he mentioned a lot of them. He went there to go and learn, and look at where they are today. So I always say that this thing is a continual process, but you cannot be able to have that kind of process if the support is not coming in. If you promise me that, man, if you win so much, this is how much I'm going to give you. At the end of the day, I win. Even the basic thing you're not supposed to give me, you're not giving me. Talk more of the one that you promised that you're going to add as an added incentive.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to play against someone Do you understand? I'm going to play against someone that they have given him even more than what they're giving me. And they even promise him more incentive that he knows that at the end of the day, they're still going to give him. The motivation will be different.
Sure.
We need to motivate these guys. We know that they love what they're doing. They are offering their lives. How many players have
stopped on the pitch? It's funny
that
after the victory against the Australian women, Ian Wright had to tell
I saw that tweet
telling the NFF to please pay
yeah.
these ladies what they owe them, and that is how bad it is for Nigerian football.
And also,
I hope they get
I think FIFA
right.
is not doing enough.
FIFA is not doing enough.
FIFA
for this.
FIFA is not doing. They dropped a comment in reaction to when, because a lot of teams were actually agitating.
Yeah,
even the English national team, the Lionesses are having their own, because the FIFA had to drop a comment saying that it's not their responsibility to pay the incentive directly to the players, that they disburse it to the various football associations in the various continents. Then what happens after then does not concern them.
Okay.
But I feel, yes, you disburse it to the various football associations, then you make sure that they do what is right by these players.
I cannot blame them, because I know for administrative efficiency, that is the best thing for
those associations are still under FIFA.
Players, it's not easy.
Those associations are still under FIFA.
Yeah.
There should be a medium of checks and balances between FIFA and these associations. FIFA should checkmate them to make sure that they do what is right.
And don't forget that this association,
don't forget that most of these association presidents are also in the FIFA committees. So who is going to punish who?
That is why I'm saying that
in the FIFA committees.
FIFA is not doing enough to do their job.
Seriously, they also have the blame.
But I don't want to blame FIFA, because there's so many countries. Would they be checking everybody?
How many associations do we have?
No,
all these associations have representatives under FIFA.
Okay.
It doesn't take anything away from them to checkmate, hold their members to book.
I feel like no matter how
they are able to do it,
very possible.
Is corrupt.
No matter how FIFA tries, there will still be an atom of corruption.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying that FIFA is not doing enough.
It's not FIFA.
Well, like you said, to win a game, in the end, this still boils down to the passion and the talent.
It has a lot of things.
It still boils down to you know, these ladies fighting for their lives.
Let me know, and I want to chip in something. It might actually be controversial though, but I don't believe in equal pay for the female and the male national team.
Oh, yeah, I don't understand that conversation.
That's why I say I just want to chip in something. It's very controversial, but to me.
Okay, you want to give us a reason? Quickly.
Yeah, because presently now the female football is not generating enough funds the way the male football is generating. So there's no way you can start agitating for equal pay. But they should be, giving adequate support. They should be giving. But in terms of equal pay, no. Wow. Even FIFA cannot do that, because they are not earning a lot. They are not earning even half of what they are earning from the.
Okay, so what can the female football do, to get to the level where the male football is right now?
I feel we'll start from our club sides.
Okay.
Because that is where these players are for the majority of the football year.
Yeah.
We can start from our club sides, because discussing behind the air with my colleagues, you see that most of these football teams, their female sides are being neglected.
Sure.
To a large extent.
Yeah, imagine the almighty Real Madrid just got a female team some years ago. I was embarrassed.
I'm not even talking about that.
Let me chip in something for you guys continue. So there was a debate on Twitter, and I made a comment. I made a post, and everybody came for me. So the Enyimba of Aba, they were paid 100 million for winning the NPFL, and the ladies, I don't know, I'm trying to remember the club side.
I can't remember.
Okay, they were paid 10 million. So I was like, paying them 10 million, I feel like that's so unfair. They were supposed to pay them, even if it's 50 million, and people started coming for me. It was that bad. But then how do they get to that level where, even if they're not in the men's level, but somehow close?
A lot of things play a part in it.
Okay.
One, investments from the team owners. Then two, media coverage.
Okay.
Exactly. That was even one of the most important. That's one of the most important thing. The PR team of those of this club, they need to do a lot of things. You need to because one thing in Nigeria. Let's start from Nigeria. One thing in Nigeria is that even if you go by the roadside, once there's people are playing match, even if it's training, you see a lot of people will gather to come and watch.
Sure.
So there's a way you can go about the whole thing. Try and put these ladies out there. A lot of people still come to the stadium to come and watch. Irrespective of the fact that some of us don't find it that attractive though, but there are lots of people that will come there, pay money, sit down and watch. So if you don't do enough, nobody will want to come in.
I want to do an analysis with the Chelsea female team.
All right.
That particular team has been a brand on the forefront of female football.
Okay.
The midfielder Melanie Leus, she's currently at the World Cup with German national team. She gave birth to a baby. The baby is not even up to a year.
Wow.
Throughout the process of her pregnancy and the child delivery and post-child delivery process, she has been commending the team and the manager of how the immense support. There's no interview that she gives today that she doesn't commend the team. One, they were supporting her before, like the moment she figured she was pregnant, they were supporting her. She got through the pregnancy process, they were supporting her. Child delivery and post-child delivery process, they were still supporting her. They made it easier for her to blend into the team after child delivery. It's not easy for athletes.
It's not easy, and I think
those are the things that end the careers of female athletes. But Chelsea made it possible for the world to see that you can deliver a video. You can combine both
and still play football.
I think why it was so easy for them is because the coach, one woman I love so much in my head, she's also a lady.
The best coach.
While she was the coach,
right now,
I think she even gave birth while she was still coaching. While she was coaching Chelsea, she also gave birth while coaching. So, you know, is something that's actually commendable.
She's actually not the only female coach that coaches a female team.
Yeah,
but there's this thing about understanding the rudiments of the game, building a relationship with your players that you know that you give them everything they want so that they give you what you want.
For me, see,
for Melanie Leus, like I feel a case study should be drawn. From that particular case she had with Chelsea.
I feel
we
that
should study her and know whatever it is Chelsea did. And imbibe it to the other
if you check the female football in Europe, that's the club side, is already growing.
It is.
We know star players now.
It is. Unlike some years back.
Some years back, it wasn't like that. But ever since Chelsea, kept dominating in the English division.
I would have actually wanted, that is just my personal fantasy, I would have loved in my head to coach a male team, a male club team.
Maybe side. Chelsea?
Maybe not really Chelsea, but maybe another Premier League team.
But I don't know.
Team.
You know the stereotype with there. I don't think.
Yeah, that is why I want her to do it. Do you understand? So if she can be able to do it, it will show other managers.
I mean, I feel like if men, like currently in the Women's World Cup, I can count more than maybe 15 or 20 male coaches.
Do you understand?
Or even more.
If she can be able to break that jinx, it will now become a common thing.
I mean, we start having female referees.
It will now become a common thing. Yeah, do you understand?
So it's not yet
why can't we have a female?
It's not even yet full blown. We are even talking about having black coaches.
Okay.
Yeah.
Black coaches have not even started dominating.
Yeah, they
are now trying to bring about a female.
Yeah, it's Vieira.
Vieira who tried it with Crystal Palace.
He did well.
He did well.
He did well.
He didn't last.
He didn't last, but he did. It's a normal thing for managers.
He performed.
If he was white, maybe he would have.
No.
He performed his beat. He performed his beat.
He stayed there for over 2 years.
For one season.
Yeah.
The second season wasn't going too well before. Now he's in Strasbourg in France. He's in Strasbourg in France. So the thing is, it's all about competence.
And let's not forget, Strasbourg is owned by the Chelsea billionaire. The game between Nigeria, the Super Falcons, and the Irish women is still ongoing. It's currently 90 plus 6 minutes, and it's still goalless. Well, the way the table is looking, Australia currently 6 points, Nigeria 5 points, the Canadian women 4 points, and Ireland 1 point. And as it stands, Australia will top that particular Group B, while Nigeria will finish second. I don't think that's what you guys wanted.
I don't want it, but at the end of the day, I always say that the team that managed to score more goals is the deserving winner.
I mean, maybe Adewale might just pull off some surprise.
Let's hope
change
the
dynamic, but
as far as there's still 1 or 2 minutes,
it's full time now.
Okay, yeah, the game is over, and Nigeria will.
They did what they could be able to do. At the end of the day, the Australians, they deserve to top the group. In the Nigeria match, they fought hard.
I feel given what they have, given what the Super Falcons have going into this World Cup, this is the best they can do.
No,
this is the best they can do, because I'm talking about the group stages.
No,
this is the best they can do. The group was a very difficult group.
It was a tight group.
The Northern Ireland ladies, we might see them as a minnow, but they are actually no minnows.
They are not.
If you watch their game and see how physical they are playing their game, in one of their friendlies prior to the World Cup, the game had to be abandoned because Rio felt that it was becoming very physical. It was becoming too physical for the players. He had to end the game.
Okay.
It's there. It's out there. It's a fact. So for them, we might be looking at them as the minnows. Yes, in the group, they might be the team with the less prestige in the group.
I don't think so.
You don't still write them off. No, but it's not about like compared to Canadian national team and the Australian national team and the Super Falcons of Nigeria. You could say that yes, they are the team with the less prestige.
For me, I think Nigeria,
but underdogs.
I think Nigeria outdid themselves in that game against Australia. I think that's where we, put
nobody actually remember. I myself never believed that Nigeria will even get.
I thought we will beat Ireland, get a point from Canada, and qualify.
That's one thing I want to point out. That's one thing I want to point out going into this tournament. I've studied the goals being scored in this tournament. It's all coming from one pattern of play.
All right.
It's been discovered that the ladies find it difficult defending area balls.
Okay.
Majority, if we've scored 20 goals in this World Cup, 15 has been area
But our
balls.
defense is not so bad.
I'm not talking about the Nigerian national team. I'm just trying to pinpoint something. Yeah. If you study the pattern of goals being scored in this World Cup, it's mostly area balls. So if we have a physical presence in that team, someone like Oshoala, we have a player like Oshoala in our team, and we have good passers of the ball like Rashida Ajibade. I don't see any reason why we shouldn't be launching those balls.
Well, guys, our time is already fast spent, but a very big congratulations to the Super Falcons. Although we wanted to, top that particular Group B, but we still made it through to the last 16 of the Women's World Cup. Thank you so much, guys, for being on the show with me. Thank you so much, Kosi. Thank you, Terry.
Thank you.
Let's do this again, same time, same station tomorrow. I am Dara Stumba. Do have a wonderful day.
Thank you.